minutes and you're live. Good evening, Facebook friends and family all over the world, all my friends, all my family, all my followers. Thank you for joining us tonight as we go live. I haven't done this since the new year. I did go on live with Joe Jagla, but today I'm doing it on my own. So happy new year to everybody. My name is Shoba, Sandy Mek. Everybody knows me as Sandy Mek. And this is my lovely friend Patricia from Artistic Hair Salon. So today we are going to be talking about love through the ages. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about our Valentine's dinner, our Valentine's gala. I'm going to pull it up here for you to see. I guess everyone who has been following us has seen this on Facebook. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're also going to talk a little bit about, you know, how love evolved over the ages and dating and how you met your significant other. If you have a love story, please join in and tell us. You can do it on chat and let us know. So for me, everybody knew that, everybody who knows me, know that I found love at a very late stage in life, but when I found love, I knew that was it. When I first saw my husband, I knew that was who I was meant to be with. So so we're gonna talk about that. But before I do that, I want to read a little bit. I found a few things that I found that I want to read to you, and I obviously have to put my glasses on to do that because, you know, the age thing and all. So I'm gonna read this, and then you make your comments and let me know how you feel about what I'm going to be saying and how love has made its way into social media and things like that. So 2023. As time passes, that idea of love changed. Love is no longer the same as it was in the 1900s, or even when we were dating or when we were teenagers, right? Don't you agree? Love has made its way to social media, making it more complicated to find love. Love is complicated and love has its hardships. Love is a feeling you have for someone you care about. Relationships used to be simple back in the day. A boy had a crush on a girl, like Patricia here, and her love story, you're gonna have to hear that one day, or maybe we can talk about it today. Let's see how time permits. So yeah, a boy had a crush on a girl have a crush on a boy. We were afraid to tell our parents about these things. We would hide and send notes, and I know my sister did. I remember my sister Devika, who's also Patricia's friend, this boy down the street, he used to like her. And you know, she'd be sitting on the veranda. Yeah, that's fine. So she'd be sitting on the veranda, and he would be riding his bicycle, you know. And they sort of kind of like each other. And he decided to send a note to her with one of the girls from up the street. And my father intercepted as the girl was coming in through the backyard. He found the note, and man, did she ever get a licking. She didn't even know that the boy was sending this to her. Anyway, so if you have stories like that, please share it with us. Yeah, so, you know, the boy have a crush on the girl have a crush on the boy, and they would be even, you know, so nervous to talk to each other. But eventually, they build up the courage to go on a date. At present time, it's not so simple. It's not as laid back. It's not as, you know, back in the day, you like each other and that was it. You know, like that was your boyfriend. That's who you're going to get married to. It's not simple like that anymore. From the influence of social media and technology, the way we even communicate with each other has changed. And phones has applications that help us to communicate with each other much more efficiently. And you know, they even have love application, apps. They have love, they have dating apps. And that's actually how I found my husband. So when was the last time you received a handwritten letter expressing your love? I want you guys to answer that one in the chat. When was the last time you received a handwritten letter expressing, you know, like expressing love? Or have you written one to someone expressing your love through a letter? Not a postcard, not a, you know, a birthday card or Valentine's card or a Christmas card, an actual love letter. When have you received that? When was the last time you received that? Write it in the comments and let me know. So phones have, help us to evolve through time. Our generation has changed how we show affection towards our loved ones. The equivalent of writing a letter is sending a text. Texting is usually used partially worldwide, and it helps to bring people together. But it also can be dangerous. Texting is used to communicate with each other anywhere and at any time. And it's easier to text that person to see how their day is going, or to tell them how much they mean to you, rather than writing to them in person. And nowadays the teenagers find it's easier for them to just text. And I think they use the word love more than we did. I find that love is more freely used nowadays than it was in our days. People used to be afraid to say the L word. I was afraid, and I was 40 something when I met Thomas, and I was afraid to tell him that I love him because I was afraid of getting hurt, because I've been hurt so many times before that.
That's true.
Yeah. Sure. So I wanted to make sure that that was what I felt. So he said it first, and I dearly love him for that. And I was so nervous to say it because I knew that I love him, but I was afraid of getting hurt. So nowadays teenage relationships are more spent texting back and forth. And technology has improved every day, making it faster and better. And love has been influencing the lives of people since the first people walked on the face of the earth. This is evidence of this in all forms of art, from the earliest cave drawings to modern poetry, books, and music. Love has always been present in evolution. Clearly, society is vastly different now than it is in the early days of humanity. Ideas, languages, cultures, and nearly everything has changed. And these have all changed to be vastly different in separate parts of the world. And I feel like, for me, like Bollywood is still, even though, hi Ricky. Ricky's here. Everybody who knows Ricky, come say hi. Come say hi on my live.
Hi everybody.
We have Ricky in the house. We have a lot of people in the house today. We have Dr. J in the house. We have DJ Menace. We have a whole bunch of DJs in the house today, because if you can hear the music in the background, there is actually a live streaming going on. They're doing the soca launch, so the live streaming is going on in the basement as we speak. So you might hear some background music. I hope you like it, and it's all soca and reggae. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying, the world, the world has changed. Languages, ideas, cultures. Nearly everything has changed, and now cultures are colliding with each other because of people migrating to North America from all parts of the world, from the West Indies, from India, from Fiji, from South Africa, and now love has evolved and intermingling with races, and it's a beautiful thing. Everybody loves each other, and hopefully, my favorite song is "Imagine" by John Lennon, and imagine the world being the way it was. I wish it can be like that, but that is what love is, and if we can have that in the world, we wouldn't have any wars. We would have peace and love, right? So love is a great feeling for people of all ages to experience. It's a very happy and fulfilling emotion, and love has changed a great deal over time. Even with the help of technology or even social media, it went from a second priority straight up to the top. Television sets, the bar, everybody, even like you watch TV and it's all about love stories, and even when you watch an actual movie, there's some movies, there's things about love in there, even if it might be an action movie or something like that, there's always a boy and girl kind of thing, so love's everywhere. So Valentine's, this is the first time we're going to be celebrating in 3 years.
Yep.
3 years, right? So in person, we're going to be celebrating in person, and we want to bring you an extravagant, exclusive event. A lot of people were asking, what it entails. So Patricia and I had been doing a lot of planning. With our husbands, obviously, and you know, the team. We have the choreographers team at STCC, and this plan had been in place since before Christmas, right? Actually, since November, when we finished the Diwali show, we got together with all the instructors from STCC, and we thought, why don't we do something that we used to do way back when? And I don't know if many of you have remembered when we used to be doing it from PDM Productions, which is part of 𝘠𝑉 𝐕-𝑃. We used to actually have something like this, like what we're planning for, where we would have a little bit of a stage show. It's like fantastic stage show, and it brings out the love, so that when you get there, you get that mood of you're seeing love on the stage. You're seeing it in the people who are singing love songs. And so the stage show is, I would say, about 20 minutes or so, and then we would have the cocktail. So going back to the cocktail, so you're gonna come in and you're going to get a free cocktail, and there's two separate ones. There's one more of a girly thing, and it's called Cupid's Float, and it's with Malibu and Thomas, can you make us one of those lovely drinks so we can show it to our audience? And so one is Cupid's Float, which is the pink one, and then there's more of a manly one, which is silver color, right? And so you're gonna get one of those, and that's for everyone, including, you know, general admission as well as VIP. Obviously VIP gets a little bit more, so they get the cups to take home, you know, with the logos on it, and they get a couple's photo, and they get a personalized table, and they get a personal waiter, yeah, and they get their photos taken by Rai Media. Of course, he's going to be there. So if you know, people who know him, if you want to reach out to him and get your photo taken. Now, Patricia, I have something that I did not discuss with you, and I thought about it today. Sorry, I'm having a really bad ear day. I thought about it today, and I'm thinking we're going to be having a meeting with Marksman the DJ, as well as my son Kevin the DJ. And I thought of something today. If people can send us in their requests of their love songs, right? We can make a list, and then, you know, make you feel special by saying, hey, this is the love song of Patricia and Andrew, or this is a love song of Shobha and Thomas, and dedicate it to you. So we're gonna have a dedication. Now, what do you think of that idea?
I think it's a brilliant idea.
Right?
Yeah.
I thought about it today, and I'm like, I gotta tell Patricia, but I have to run it by Marksman and Kevin as well.
Oh yeah.
And see if that's okay with them. But if it's okay, I mean, we're gonna be doing this every Friday. We're gonna be talking about this show and about love until, you know, the day of the show. So if it's okay with DJ Kevin and Marksman the DJ, we would like you to send your request in, and we would be playing your song for you. And it doesn't even have to be a couple song. It could be a song for your mom. It could be a song for your child. It could be a song for your sister. You know, anything. Like, it's about love. Love doesn't have to be about husband and wife or a couple. Love is love. I love my children, and we have a special song. So obviously my children are going to be there, and I want to have that song dedicated to them. So yeah, so I think that I like my idea, right?
That's a good one.
So that would be for everyone. It's not only for VIPs. I think we can do that for everybody, and make it a really nice, you know, event. Now, people were asking about what to wear, right? It is a formal event, so the men, we would like you to wear, you know, a jacket, and the ladies, I don't have to tell you. It's formal. You know, you know what you want to wear. You dress to impress. You know. So we are going to be, we're going to be there, and we're gonna, yeah.
You can tell them they don't have to wear a jacket if they don't want them nicely dressed. A dress shirt, a tie,
yeah. You know, it's formal, so you decide what you want to do. Hi, Anne-Marie. Thank you for joining us. I see Neri. Neri's supposed to be sitting next to me, and she's stuck in traffic because she went out to get fish pakora from my husband. It's his favorite, and every time she's coming from Brampton, I think they love Thomas more than they love me. If I asked her, she wouldn't have gone. But yeah, so you see, that's love.
Yep.
She loves her brother-in-law. And why does she love her brother-in-law? She loves him because he loves me. That's why.
Sister.
Yeah. So what did she say? So let's talk a little bit about love stories. I think I had talked about this a little bit with my parents, how my parents met. So they have an amazing love story, and I'd like to share this love story because I always thought one day I'm going to find that love, and I did. It took a long time. And Patricia here, Patricia's my hairdresser, and everybody who loves my hair, this is the lady behind the lovely hair, right? So obviously with hairdressing, you spend what, 3-4 hours, maybe 5 hours,
All day,
depending on what I want to do with my hair. And everybody who knows me know I change it a lot, and I have different colors and different styles and different cuts. So this is the woman behind all that. So obviously you're sitting there for 3-4 hours, so you talk about everything. So I've known Patricia maybe for about 25 years, and so she knows, come along. So she knows a lot about me and a lot about my failures in relationships, and my successes, and all the bad things and all the good things, and all the things I want to do and all the things I don't want to do. Like, this is my confidant. I tell her everything. So she knows that, you know, what I've been through, and how hard it was for me to get back into another relationship again. So hi Bauji Chandra, how are you doing? I'm so glad you're watching. I miss you, and I hope to see you soon. Yeah, so going back to that, to the love stories, right? I always thought that I didn't give up hope on love. I had really, really tough relationships, but I didn't give up on it. And I found my true love, who is bringing us this beautiful drink, which is called,
thank you,
Cupid's Float. It's very mild, ladies. It's not a lot of alcohol in here. So you're gonna love this one. So this is the Cupid's Float, and it's got Malibu, pineapple. RT, if you're watching, you're gonna love this, because I know you love.
Share the recipe.
I am not sharing the recipe. I'm telling you a few things. Malibu and pineapple. That's it. When you come, you're gonna. So another thing that I was thinking of doing is having cheers. Of having a game where we're gonna give them the cocktail, and maybe at the middle or close to the end of the party, we're gonna ask them to name that drink.
Sure.
Right?
If they're
and maybe
still,
they're still like, you know, not too drunk. Name that drink, and then we can give them a prize, because we have sponsors. Sponsors are gonna be there to give out some prizes as well. So going back to, hi Lynette, how are you? So I wanted to talk about my parents and their love story. So my parents, my mom was 17 and my dad was 21, I think. And my mom was from Alexander Village in Guyana, and my dad is from Kitty. My dad was more of a traditional, from a very traditional family, and my mom's family was a little bit more modern. But they were very religious on both sides. So obviously that's where I got the religion from, and I love my Hindu religion. So don't get me wrong. I'm very deep into it. So I'm not very religious. I'm more spiritual, but I love my Hindu religion. So I wanted to talk a little bit again about my parents. So my mom went to a 3-day yagna in Kitty, and she stayed with her aunt, who was married to somebody from there, and they were you know, going every night to the yagna and getting dressed up, and so as she kept going every night to temple, she fell in love with this tabla player that was at the temple. And she you know, scared. She was 17 years old, obviously scared to say anything to anybody, and he also was, you know, eyeing her up. So they went their separate ways. She went home and she told her sister that she really liked this boy, and but she was afraid to tell anybody. about 3 or 4 weeks later, her mom and the same aunt that she went to stay at, they decided to they were gonna set her up and get her married and stuff like that. And apparently somebody from Kitty had asked for her, so she was a little bit hesitant because she didn't know who these people were. But back in those days you can't say no, obviously. Even in my days I couldn't say no. So they made arrangements, and she was going to meet the boy and his family were coming to Alexander Village to meet her family. And she was watching through the window as they were walking through the walkway, and she saw this guy that she did not like at all. Like, it was really bad. She thought, but it wasn't my dad. It was his cousin, and she thought that was the guy that she was getting married to, and she was crying and she hated it and everything. And she ran back in her room. She didn't want to come out. And my aunt keeps saying, "No, Monica, it's not that guy. It's another guy. It's another guy. Come and see." So eventually she came out and she saw, she came out and saw who it was. And it was the Tabla guy who she had fallen in love with. That's who they were setting her up with. They both did not know that they were coming to meet each other. And so they started talking, and and my mom actually was allowed to court. So, as they were courting, they would meet each other, once a week or something like that. And my dad told her his birthday, and she didn't believe him. She thought he was pulling her leg, because somebody must have told him that it was her birthday, like what her birthday was. They both have the same birthdays, 4th of December. They were both born on the same day, but she didn't believe him. So anyway, they had this really weird story that they courted for a year, which was very rare in those days, and they fell in love, and to this day they're still in love. So their love story is a little bit magical, and I always wanted that. I always wanted to find someone whom I can fall in love and have that magic moment, So when I saw Thomas, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I met Thomas on Match.com after very, very hard relationships, very failed relationships. I didn't want to. I was very skeptical, and I figured I'm gonna be alone for the rest of my life with my cat, and my children were all gone. So I didn't want to, and my friends talked me into it. Everybody, my daughters, they set me up on Match.com, and I did meet some horrible people, Somebody slammed the door. I met some really trolls, I would say. Oh, hi, Minnie! Come on in! Minnie's here! Come on!
How are you guys? Oh, lovely drinks!
Yeah!
Hello!
So,
I'm late, sorry guys.
Traffic was bad, so
Yes.
we were all supposed to be here together to have our. Let me see if I can turn this so you can come in, or maybe we put it out a bit.
I can come closer.
There we go. Yeah. Having a COVID.
We're social distancing.
Yeah. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. Sorry.
I like that one.
There we go. That's better. So now we're all in the picture. So we were talking about love stories, and Thomas is gonna make you want. Don't worry. Thomas Minnie's here. Don't worry. We were just talking about what a lovely man he is, and how I was so lucky to be able to find him, And so I was just talking about how I met him. So Match.com, I had all these trolls that I met before I met Thomas.
Okay.
I kissed a lot of frogs before I met my princess.
So therefore you were on a dating site?
Yeah, I was on Match.com.
Oh.
Yeah, I was.
And you mean Thomas was on there too?
Yes. So when I met Thomas, and I'm like, because he is not that kind of person that you thought would be on Match.com. So he was shy, but he keeps saying he's shy. He's not shy. So I asked him. I said, "How come you're on Match.com?" Because he wasn't that type, and even me, I wasn't that type to go out, and do these things. And he said, that his friend set him up. Oh, hi Vash. Come tell us your story. Vashti's on there. Hi Vashti. Hi Monica love. Mwah. I miss you. I saw what Monica is Monica 𝐕𝘃𝐻. She's in Guyana. Yeah, from 𝐕𝘃𝐻 Stores. And she's watching us. I'm so happy that you're watching us. So she also has a nice love story. If you want to put it in the chat, Monica, please do. And then we can talk about it a little bit. So yeah, so when I met him, I said, Thomas, how come you were, after we talked about, our life stories, his friend told him about it.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you.
Okay, so here we go.
So let's taste
This
this.
is the cocktail that we're gonna be having on our Valentine's.
Lovely drink. Oh my. I love it.
Nice, eh?
But I have to ask you later.
Oh, we're not making the cocktails. We are having bar service. Chris Chetty and his bar services is going to be doing all the bar service.
Anything like that?
Of course, that's what they made. We're just
I see.
We're
Okay,
replicating it.
Okay,
it's
good.
not as good as how they made it.
Okay.
So that's one of the drinks that is going to be at the Valentine's Gala.
I know what I'm having. How about that?
Oh, you have to wait for the next
Wait
one.
for the next one.
Oh, really?
The next one is called Love Potion.
So Vashti, a shout out to you. I was driving and I saw all your everybody saying congratulations, and I kind of peek in and see what you were doing. Kudos to you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Vashti won another case today.
And
that's why she's not sitting in this chair next to us.
Yep.
Because she had to deal with her clients. She was supposed to be here with us tonight. And hi, Vedi. I hope you make it to the Valentine's show. Well, Valentine's Gala. I keep saying
hi, Auntie
show.
Vedi.
I have to step out from the group now. I'm selling tickets right now.
She's selling tickets, so you better grab yours. They're going really fast. Actually, we are sold 50%. And I think all are over 50%.
Yeah.
And I think our VIPs are sold out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a few.
Yeah. So Minnie's got her table, should she
You
say?
stepped in, I'll
So
step
Minnie's
out.
gonna step in.
All right, I'm gonna be selling.
Okay.
So yeah, meeting on Match.com actually works. So I met a few shows before I actually met Thomas, and I was actually shutting down my Facebook, my Match.com account because I met some really unfortunate situations. I actually, Minnie, I have to tell you this. I want to share this with you guys. I met someone who was my son's friend's father, and I went out for a date with him, and I hated going on dates. I'm not a dating person at all. I hate it because I hate going and meeting people that I don't know. I was shy, to believe it or not, and I hated it. I did not want to do this at all. But I thought, you know what? I don't want to be alone either. I don't want to live my life alone. I wasn't looking for a husband or even a permanent relationship. I wanted to date and go to the movies and go for nice dinners. That's what I wanted at that stage of my life. I really didn't want to get married.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Okay. First of all, I know you're talking about, because Valentine's is coming up and a lot of things are going to be talking about and stuff, about love.
Yeah.
So we're on the topic of love. How did you know that it was the right person? And when were you comfortable enough to know that this is that person?
So, when I met Thomas, the moment I saw him, I felt something, but I didn't know that it was love, because I never really had that before, right?
Yes.
So I had tormenting relationships, which I thought sometimes was love, but when I met him, there was something special that I didn't know that was love, but I felt this.
Tell us that connection and how it feels actually. Like, if you can explain that feeling, it'll be great.
He's watching me. So he's right there, standing there watching me. So when I met him, we met at a restaurant, and and I got there first. And the little burger, he was smart. Afterwards, he told me, he watched me walk in the restaurant. He sat in his car and watched me. And you know, he wanted to check me out, I guess. So I watched him from the window. He was walking up, and right away I knew it was him, because obviously it was a blind date. It's Match.com, so we were meeting for the first time. And right away I knew that it was him. He didn't look like his picture, but I knew that it was him. He was a tall drink of water, and so right away I felt this, like my breath, like he took my breath away. Wow. It sounds tacky, but that's how I felt.
A butterfly feeling, like, or was it like just that shock inside?
No, it was like this fluttering kind of like, where is my heart or something, you know, where's my breath, you know? And as he keeps walking up, I'm going, oh my God.
So from then to now,
when he spoke, and when I saw his beautiful blue eyes, it all just added up. Yeah, it just added up.
Okay. Yeah. So from then to now, and I am sure, because I've had a lot of connection with you and see you guys together and most of that. So what would you say that make you think that this was the right person? And I know that you guys are married. What lead up to that marriage?
Well, like I said, we didn't, at least I didn't plan on getting married. So we started dating, and we started seeing each other, and we saw each other like almost every day. And then we would buy groceries together.
How long was that?
So that was for, so when I met him, I didn't tell my family, because I wanted it to be sure, and I didn't want to, you know, break anybody's heart or hurt anyone, and I didn't want to be hurt myself. I didn't know. I was a little bit timid. So for 3 months or so, I didn't tell anyone. And I wasn't planning on telling anyone either. But then my cousin in New York was getting married, Susan, and if you're watching me, hi Susan. So Susan was getting married in New York, and Thomas was coming with me shopping to buy my ball gown, because it was a formal wedding, right? So we were shopping for ball gowns, we were shopping for Indian clothes, and he's coming with me all the time. And then I said to him, I said, do you want to come with me to the wedding? And right away he was like, yes. Like, I had this feeling that he wanted to come. And so then I had no choice but to introduce him to my family. So that happened, and then, and so we started, you know, like, my family loved him right away. Instantly, my mother loved him, and all the family from New York as well. So we started, you know, dating, and she's dancing to the music. We have music going on downstairs. So how did it evolve to marriage? Well, we bought this house, and we didn't get married. We bought this house in September, thinking, you know, it made more sense because we were always together. The kids love him, so you know, Kevin and him gets along really well. So we decided, why don't we buy a house together? So he sold his house in Ajax, and I kept mine, and we bought this one. And 1 month after we moved in, it was my birthday, and it was the most beautiful proposal. I never expected it. We were going out for dinner, and I thought it was just me and him alone, and it turned out that he invited all my kids, and we had this beautiful
well, of course,
dinner.
Then you know it was the right
and my
person.
kids were all involved. He had showed them the ring already, and it was just beautiful. It was a beautiful moment, and that's how we got married.
From your being married to Thomas, what did that allow you within the time of marriage to know?
We have lots of visitors today. This is my brother-in-law.
How comfortable are you? Hi, Neri. So how comfortable are you to say that the feelings is right, is love?
I know it's love. He's never felt I have never felt like this before. Those people are noisy. I have never felt like this before, Minnie. It's different from what I've ever experienced, and even to this day, I still get the butterflies. He still takes my breath away.
And you are comfortable enough because he allows it's a love marriage, and you still have all the opportunities to do the things that you used to do or what you like.
And that's the thing that you have to appreciate about Thomas. Everybody who knows me know that Thomas is German. He had no clue about Guyanese people. He didn't even know where Guyana was.
Now he speaks Guyanese.
Now he speaks Guyanese. Come here,
and he makes balanche choka.
He makes balanche
really
choka and tomato choka.
Yes, I had it.
And jerk chicken. And look, he's dancing over there to the soca music. So Neri's gonna tell us a little bit about her love story too. This is my sister Neri, and she was stuck in traffic, so she.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. So you know, like it is. You know, he allows me to be myself. You know, what are you looking at me like that? What is my earrings you like? She checking me out. Yeah. So he allows me to be that person. And I actually, when I met him, and my sister can attest for this, I said to him that I'm a very complicated person. I have a very complicated life. I have a full-time job. I have 4 children. I am at the Navy Monday every Sunday. I teach dance classes. Yes. I volunteer. I volunteer with the Durham Police. I used to do at the time. I had a very complicated life. And he says he's up for the challenge.
I don't think it's a complicated life. I think it's a busy life.
It's a busy life.
And with him allowing you that, can I ask you one question?
He doesn't allow me. He joins me.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. But with him coming in with you and join you to that, was there any type of jealousy within this time from love time and courting to marriage to now?
Actually, we talked about it only a couple of days ago. We never had jealousy between us.
Then you know it's
we trust each other.
Yeah.
Like
then you know it's real.
Yeah.
That's real love. Because I can safely say that there are people who claim to love their partner so much, but jealousy
takes over it.
Yeah, and then once the jealousy comes in, that relationship is.
I had that
before. Some people might say that because of the love.
No,
that's why.
No,
I don't. For me, maybe we will, and we are allowed to have different opinions.
Yeah.
For me, I would say, if it is pure and it's what Shoba is sharing with Thomas, I personally know that there was one time in my life when I felt love, and it was real because there wasn't any jealousy, and I was allowed.
Can you tell us about that?
I will let Neri, because Neri has a better story and a longer story. You guys have marriages, I have broken relationships.
But so you felt love. You knew what love was.
I knew what it was, and I knew that that's the right person, and I knew that it was. I feel secure. I don't know.
Yes, the word secure. Yes. No, exactly. And that's exactly how I feel about Thomas. Is that security that I mean, everybody who knows me. He travels a lot, and you know, like, you have to have that trust because he's always traveling. You know, and you have to have that trust to know that he's not gonna go out there and do stupid things because he loves me. Yes. And I don't question that at all. Now
you know, I am not here to put down men or not, because I don't have a relationship or engage in a relationship right now, but I think I'm an adult and I went through a lot of things in relationship where I'm not saying a guy is bad or a guy is the fault. It is my fault as well. But there are many guys out there who is really misleading women and bringing them to a situation where they feel that he is in love
What is she
I'll
saying?
be back. Here we go.
Sorry, it's been a busy day for everybody. So, so we were talking about how trust comes a lot into playing, you know.
And I think a lot of people mix up love with trust. They're two different things, and I don't think it should be. Well, it should be intertwined, but it shouldn't be taken that one or the other, one is the other, because it's not. Trust is something that is from within, and trust is with your head. Love is with your heart. And I think you can have love without trust, and you can have trust, but you have to love somebody to trust them, and you have to have that level of trust. So I don't know. I've been married for 36 years, and don't ask me how.
Patricia ran away because she doesn't like the camera. But come back here and tell us about she's selling tickets for the Valentine's Gala. So we want to talk to her about her love story, and you have to hear a little bit about her. So she was what was she looking at me like? Am I gonna go on camera and say that? No, but I'm gonna tell it. So how old were you?
18.
18.
I know.
And how old was? Yes, thank you. But, Thomas will take care of the sales. Let's get her in here. Hold on.
Shift a little bit here.
Come sit down here. Come sit down here. Oh, she's gonna answer me from over there because she doesn't have
I
the
see.
camera.
Okay.
But you know, how am I gonna talk to you and talk to the people here? So Patricia's married to Andrew, and you guys are gonna meet him at the Valentine's Gala. And they have a beautiful love story. So she was 18, and how old was Andrew? 22. And they would Andrew used to come to your brother, to pretend that he was your brother friend, right? But he's not no brother friend. He liked the girl. Writing his little letters. So you see, she did have the love letters that we talked about earlier. He would write his letter. Did anybody ever intercepted the letters?
No, it was in the
So
plants.
you got them. Oh!
It was in the plants.
He used to hide it in the plant pot, and then she would sneak and go and get the letter. Oh, that's a good idea. Andrew's a smart buck man.
So Patricia, at that time you were living with your parents?
Yep.
I see. So he will leave the love notes in the plant, and then you will, how do you know to go get it? Because I'm sure that time we weren't so phone tech, and
We didn't have no phone in
You
those
just
days.
look at the person you'll know. We realize.
It's the eyes.
Yeah, but how do you know to go in? Well, let's say he's not there. He put that note and he walked away. So how did
we
you?
plan from the day before if we see each other. I don't even know
How did
what
you
we
used
do.
to see him? Because I'm sure you didn't want your parents. Is it
It was
like?
all, it was a lot of after work,
I see.
after school.
And because
You used to get away.
and because we weren't so phone tech that time, how did you make your arrangements?
By the note, he come back and pick them up.
Oh, from the notes. I see. Oh, that's so cute.
Oh well.
But
I'm learning.
one day we gotta talk about the blue bike.
Yes. Not
Right? Not today. We will talk about the blue bike. So you have to stay tuned to hear about this blue bicycle. And you're gonna die laughing. I have to get one of my friends to tell that story. I think Ravi or Shad should tell that story with the blue bike. Stay tuned next week. Maybe we will talk about the blue bike.
So Neri was on under her topic.
So Neri, now tell us about your love story. So we're gonna. So Neri, so you know, we talked about this a lot on my lives. When I got married, it was an arranged marriage. So I was the first one to come to Canada, and then Neri and my sister and my mom came to join my dad and I. And how old were you? 19.
I was 18 when I came, 19 when I got married.
So yeah.
My mom's biggest fear was coming to a country where the culture was different.
Yeah.
In Guyana, it was acceptable to get married at those ages. Once you come away to foreign, as they call it, it was a different culture altogether. And my mom's biggest fear was that we're gonna adapt to the Canadian culture and not want to get married and all. So my husband and I were introduced. I think I've spoken on the show before with regards to that. And I wouldn't say it was an arranged marriage, it was an introduction. And from there, we...
I'm gonna try to tag Minnie so she can get... Oh, hold on. No, continue talking.
Yeah, so from there we had our own...
Find me first.
I don't know how to do it. And I don't want to lose my...
No, don't lose
Yeah, I don't want to lose people. Sorry about that. I don't know how to do this. Yeah. So, yeah.
I actually married my husband a week after I met him because he was visiting and he would have had to go back to Guyana, and I didn't want to have a long distance relationship, so we signed paper and got married, and then we dated for a year, and after a year we did our wedding ceremony and whatever.
But I want to tell...
The
You
love
tell them
story.
about the love.
Okay, let me tell you.
About girl being over
My
there.
husband doesn't
and
like
the
me to
love.
talk about the proposal because the proposal happened in a bus.
Tell us.
I used to work in Markham, Ontario. He lived in Etobicoke, Ontario. So he would take the bus to come see me, and it was like 3 buses.
The noise is too much from the downstairs. Yeah. Like I said, we have live streaming on Soca Launch tonight with DJ Kevin going on downstairs.
The boy used to take 3 buses to come see me, and so time was running out for him, I would say, after a couple of weeks, and he needed me to make a decision. So it was raining, and he came to pick me up, and he had his umbrella and stuff, and we were going on the bus. He was taking me home. So we were going on the bus, and it so happened when I got into the bus, they didn't have seats together. So I was sitting here and he was sitting across the way. And then an older Negro lady was sitting beside him. And I was just looking out the bus window and whatever, not paying too much attention to him. And so he took the umbrella and he poked me with it. And he's like, "So are you going to marry me or what?" And the lady sitting beside him looked at him and she goes, "Say yes, he's such a nice boy." Back in the day, he had a full head of hair. He had big muscles because they were rice farmers. So, oh no, he had muscles.
Yeah, he did. He was,
very good looking guy. And so
he's still good looking. Look at the man over there.
When we got home, I'm like, he's like, "So are you gonna answer or not?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I said, "I don't know you and whatever, but he goes, "Well, you can get to know me." But we had to sign the paper so he can stay. So we did that, and he stayed, and we dated for a year, and I decided that's who I want to spend my life with.
Which bus he said? Yeah, I know, right?
It's 36 years later, and I wouldn't say we didn't have ups and downs, but we had more ups than downs.
Which is good. Yeah. Yeah.
My husband and I understand each other. We don't give each other permission to do anything. We know in our heart that we can do whatever we want to do at whatever time, within reason, obviously. Yeah. And sometimes we don't like the same things, so I may find myself sitting on the sofa watching a movie by myself, and that's okay. That's my time. And sometimes we watch. He likes to watch cowboys. I like to watch.
I love cowboys.
I like to watch rom-coms. So and he doesn't like rom-coms. So I'm okay to watch movies by myself. The only thing is, and I still hold him accountable till this day, is when we were dating, he used to take me out to the movies. Doesn't matter if he fell asleep. He used to take me. I used to get flowers every week. I used to go to dinner every week. But now I get my own flowers, and it's okay. I'm okay. He never stops me. I go if I feel like having roses on my table. I go out and I buy my roses and I put it on my table. If I want chocolates, I go out. I do not depend on my husband for those things. Those things are minute.
Yes,
He
it
takes
is.
care of me and
Yeah.
my 2 boys, and that's what matters.
It is. It is minute.
And I love him to death.
But it's nice to get
Maybe
it.
we don't say it
Yeah.
often enough, but I love him and I wouldn't trade him for anything.
Aww.
And that's my story.
Nice story. Nice story. So you were talking about proposals. I had to give you guys.
Mine was just the weirdest one.
I have to give you a funny proposal. My son-in-law and my daughter, and I think my daughter's probably still at work.
It was a Mother's Day.
It was probably Mother's Day or something, and they had a fight. They were already living together because when Thomas and I moved in, she decided to go and live with him, and she thought I was gonna be upset, but I wasn't. And she wanted to, try out the relationship. And she was living with him, and so she was washing the dishes in the kitchen, and they had a fight, and then I think he was meaning to propose or something, right? So he had this ring in his pocket for like what, a month or something?
It was burning a hole.
Yeah, it was boring a hole in his pocket. He had this ring in his pocket for the longest while, and he wasn't finding this opportunity. And everybody who knows my daughter knows she's a drama queen, right? So they were fighting, and she was doing the dishes, and then something he said to her, "Here, put this on." That's how he proposed. And she looked at it, and she didn't think it was a real ring. And she goes, "This is what kind of box ring you give me?" He goes, "Did you look at that ring? It was the ring that she wanted." Right? That's how he proposed. So not all proposals are romantic, but it's love. It's their love. They have the weirdest love,
You know what? Mine is something that I can talk about, and I'm happy about it. They go overboard these days with proposal. Prom proposal.
Yes.
This proposal.
Yeah.
And that proposal. And half of the time the stuff doesn't work out.
How did your proposal happen?
It's me, dear.
Yeah.
You can come here and talk about it.
Tell me. She's like, no, I'm not talking about it. So, did you have a proposal?
Mine was pretty much an arranged something
okay.
that didn't really work out. But I was proposed to in an engagement to someone that it was a love situation for 13 years. I personally kind of blew that because it came up to the time of after engagement, love is going on, the time is coming near for that planning of that wedding, and I believe my mom was sick at that time, and I got cold feet, and I said, what would happen to my mom if I continue this? I didn't say anything to him. I said, let's talk about it. Career hit right about the same time, and I had this real good opportunity to start up my own call center, and which I took that because this was out of Toronto, and from there it started to break because long distance, he didn't like that.
Long distance doesn't work.
The arguments come in. When I come back to Toronto, I used to come like twice a month. I will see him once out of that twice of the month because I have other responsibilities here. So it wasn't a bad ending.
So it was like a mutual.
That person is still and would still and is still in, but I lost interest, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think that was my best love time because it was genuine and I felt love. But I personally, I believe I ruined it because of my responsibilities with family and with career, and really that happened like simultaneously, and I was left like, what do I do or what do I say to him? Can we put this off for another year? I don't think I was so scared to even say that, so I start doing it. Do my own thing then, be my own girl. And when you're engaged and you're already committed, I think that's a mistake, and I wouldn't advise anybody to do that, because when you have something good going I mean, there were two other really important things pending on my in my agenda, and out of the three, I did not choose that to be a priority.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where that ends, and it was real.
Yeah.
It wasn't about the gifts. It wasn't about the places you go or
Yeah.
the things you did, because I explore life as a Guyanese person coming from Guyana and being in Canada. I was basically still in that Guyanese type
mentality.
of yes.
Yeah.
It changed because yes, he is a Canadian, and it changed. It didn't change me, but I learned a lot how to accommodate others or how to even speak when it comes to that. I learned, well, I opened my own business at a very young age. He was more proud of me than I am proud, so that's when you know as well.
Yeah, that's love. Yeah.
The compliments, the support, the proudness. Like, you know, you go somewhere. We used to go to the car race every year, like Indy car race. And many people, as you're walking by as a couple, somebody will say, hey, you look beautiful or something. And he was always so proud. He was always so proud.
She still takes good care of herself. She still looks good. But you should have seen her doing those things. She's amazing.
But, you know, back then, you know, you're so skinny, you're wearing all these nice clothes.
And high heel shoes.
And high heel shoes and all of that. So at the Indy car racing days, there's 3 days. So we will have tickets to go all 3 days. And the other thing is, like, if your partner, somebody give you, say a guy, give you a compliment, your partner should be proud and say thank you. I've seen where partners turn around and thinking like the guy is hitting on the girl. And it's sad.
Because he's not confident in himself.
There we go. That's right. So this is all coming back to what you guys
is proud that somebody's complimenting
somebody.
He's
He says it, right?
Hey, she's mine.
No.
Yeah.
Andrew, you say that, right? Patricia's husband says it all the time. But if a man hits on my wife, I feel more proud. I'm more proud.
You're blessed.
I'm going home.
I know she's hot and it's mine.
Yeah, and you're blessed because
I
you
don't
know
think I've ever seen my husband jealous.
There we go. You see,
Ever.
and it all comes back to where you begin your love story and how that was comparing to
I
how
don't think
this
he's
is.
ever been jealous of any.
For me, I believe that I really lose an opportunity. I wouldn't say like I'm regretting it, but I lost it due to my own
priorities.
my priorities.
You didn't
or
make
my
it a priority.
Yeah. And you know, that person remains a good human being, and we still talk.
Which is
It is important. Every birthday, every Christmas, and most of all, Samantha, he was Samantha's father figure, and she will never forget that because she was very young when I met him. So I think I did have that opportunity. Put aside that, I met some real jerks.
Trolls, I call them.
Okay, whichever word, you know. And you knew I knew right away. You might, maybe a month, and that was it. However, at the bottom of it there, you know, there was one person again that I thought, and the love story was so beautiful because we golfed together, we did everything together. We could even I never liked to cook, but I felt like cooking with that person. So experiencing my prior to my second, which I know that it was love as well, there were two different cases. One wasn't jealous. The other one was a little bit, not much, but the other one was stifling himself because I was so beyond in career and business, and
I had that with Dave, so everybody knows that.
It is something that it wasn't. I knew it wasn't going to work.
Hi Hansel. Hi Hansel. Nice to see you. So let's go back to the Valentine's. I want to bring up this before we close off because it's been more than an hour. So here's the flyer again, and I want to make sure that our tickets are going really fast. So it's almost it's a month away. So Valentine's dinner and gala, and no, it's not a show. It's a dinner and gala. It's a formal event. You are going to have a fantastic stage show. As you come in, it's going to be about 20 minutes or so. And back in the day, like I said, we used to have it at Navy Mandir through PDM Productions. So what it is, it's a little bit of it's almost like a skit where we're gonna go through Love Through the Ages. So we're gonna bring all the music from the 60s to present into a little bit of a skit with like the girls and the boys acting this out. It's gonna be beautiful. I don't want to give away this beautiful surprise, but you're going to love it. And then we're going to have the cocktail, or we're gonna have the cocktail hour about between 6 and 6:30, and then we're gonna have a singing. Mala Hari Prasad and Randy B is gonna be there singing, as well as my cousin Artie. She's very nervous because it's gonna be her first time.
She'll be fine.
But we like to give everyone an opportunity to shine and make themselves.
There were some questions.
Let me finish this first. So and then that's gonna be followed by dinner, and then obviously you're gonna have the most fantastic DJs is Marksman, and DJ Kevin's gonna be there. Like I said, Patricia and I talked about it. We mentioned it on the show here, so this is a surprise for everyone that's sitting in the room. If you want to have a song dedicated to your loved one, and it doesn't have to be your husband or your boyfriend or it can be your mother, it can be your child, it can be anyone. Send us these and we will start adding them on. And as soon as Marksman and Kevin give me the approval, we're gonna go with it. So on the night of that Valentine's dinner and dance, you can have a song dedicated to yourself or your loved one. It's February 19th, Sunday, February 19th. It's a long weekend. It's a family day long weekend. So please bring your family out. It is at St. Peter and Paul Banquet Hall, 331 Milner Avenue, Scarborough. And the prices are VIP $85. And I think we might have a few VIPs still left. A table of 10 is $800. So I don't know if we still have tables of 10 left, but text me and I'll let you know. And so table of 10 is $800 for a VIP, and the general admission is $75. And we will, at the end of this comments, I will add again what the VIP entails and what you get when you come in. So contact me, Shoba, at 416-722-3998.
I've seen the menu and it's going to be fantastic.
Oh, the menu! I'm not giving it away.
Fantastic.
But it is not your regular chow and fried rice.
No.
And roti and
curry. It's going to be a fantastic,
awesome.
what do you call it? Delectable and scrumptious desserts. So it's not the regular what you would see, and everybody's saying, "Oh, what's the dinner?"
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise, but it's not chow mein and
You have
fried
to keep
rice
something
and curry.
surprise.
Yeah, it's going to be elegant. It's an elegant affair. It's a formal affair, so it's nicely done. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it.
So
questions,
Vashti, in reply to your question. And I know that this is something that maybe I'm just going to answer it the way it is. You said I believe everything happens for a reason. Definitely, I believe in that. And for a reason, and you are a better person for that experience. Absolutely, again.
Yes.
Then you said, or if given the opportunity, would you do things differently? I will not do it any different because I still have those responsibilities. So the best thing for me at the moment is where I am, be my own person for now until I retire or
you find it's never too late.
It's not. It's no, it's not. I wish every woman.
Hi, Uncle Vishnu. Uncle Vishnu is on here. Let me interject. Uncle Vishnu, we are doing this Valentine's Gala that we used to do with PDM Productions. And if you could put your comments in and say what a fantastic event this used to be. We want to bring this back
and
to
how
the community.
fun it used
and
to
how
be.
fun it used to be, and how we all got along, and we used to work so hard together to put this thing together. So we're bringing this back to the community because it was something that my kids enjoyed as teenagers, and now they want to bring this back. They're all working so hard to put this together. There's so many people behind the scenes getting this together. Yeah, so Uncle Vishnu, if you can make some comments on that, you know that we're trying to bring it back here, and it is at the same venue, Peter and Paul Banquet Hall, and the food. Everybody who's been to Peter and Paul Banquet Hall, they know the food is amazing, and we've got amazing DJs. We've got a fantastic stage show. We have a nice cocktail hour, and it's Love Through the Ages. So request your songs for Love Through the Ages, and we're gonna make a list with your name. We're gonna have oldies to teenage music. We're gonna have it all. So we do have to close off soon, and contact me and Patricia. We will put all the contact information at the end of it, and you can also get your tickets at Ticket Gateway, ticketgateway.com//Love Through the Ages. Again, that's ticketgateway.com/Love Through the Ages. You can buy your tickets online, or you can call one of us. You can call any one of us that's here. You can contact us on Facebook, and we'll get your tickets out there. The tickets are going really fast, so get your tickets soon. I don't think we have VIPs left, right? No VIPs left. Sorry, just sold the last table. But contact us if we can open up 2 more. We will. We would have to talk definitely to the bar service about the VIP. But if there is a demand for it, we will open up some more. We only have 10 VIP tables.
10 people.
And it's a table of 10. So if you need the VIP, we will add again at the bottom of this. After I come off, I will add at the bottom of this, so you could check the comments what the VIP entails, so that you have it in writing. And you can call me at 416-722-3998 and Patricia at 416-705-0053. We'll be back on again next week, and we're hoping that we will have it at Patricia at her salon next week, so you can see what she does and how she does all the beautiful hair, So thank you again for watching.
Thank you, ladies and
I will
gentlemen.
go back and read the comments and respond to them, because we've been chatting and time flies by. So love you all. See you again next Friday, same time. Maybe not same place, but same time. Thank you.